A Gordon teen will spend the next 20 years to life in prison after pleading no contest to killing her newborn baby. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, the teenage girl from Gordon who stabbed her newborn to death in November has pleaded no contest to a charge of second-degree murder. On Tuesday in Sheridan County District Court, 17-year-old Chloe Copeland Anderson signed the plea agreement, which resulted in the dismissal of charges of use of a deadly weapon to commit a felony and commit child abuse intentionally, resulting in death. The 17-year-old was arrested following the discovery of the newborn's body on November 6th of last year. District Judge Travis O'Gorman ordered an October 15th sentencing status hearing following a pre-sentencing investigation. The teen will face a prison sentence ranging from 20 years to life. Well, an Alliance man who was arrested in a March traffic stop in Gering has been sentenced after pleading no contest to amended charges. 26-year-old Moses Dawn was pulled over on Birch Street, and a search of the vehicle resulted in the discovery of a bag of suspected meth, a scale and baggies, and a pair of brass knuckles. Dawn pleaded no contest to lesser charges of possession of a controlled substance and attempted possession of a deadly weapon. On Friday in District Court, Judge Andrea Miller sentenced him to 365 days in jail with 159 days credit for time already served, with both sentences to run concurrent to each other. Charges against co-defendant Marco DeBray were dismissed in this case earlier this year. And 2 months after a male mountain lion appeared at the Scottsbluff Country Club and had to be put down, that area could be dealing with yet another big cat. Scottsbluff County Sheriff Mark Overman tells KNEB News a witness reported seeing a mountain lion in the area late yesterday evening. The report prompted a search by law enforcement along with Game and Parks officials, but they were unable to locate the reported animal. KNEB News did receive pictures of what appeared to be mountain lion tracks through one of the sand traps on the golf course. We'll have more news right after this.
Looking for free instead of fees? Platte Valley Bank can help you keep your finances moving forward with no ATM fees. Whether you're headed to the lake, the mountains, or just to the grocery store, you can enjoy the freedom of free ATM access anywhere, anytime. Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
When it comes to your health, you deserve the very best. At Morrill County Community Hospital, they provide top-notch care with compassion and expertise. From routine checkups to advanced surgeries, their dedicated team is here for you 24/7. With state-of-the-art technology and a patient-first approach, they ensure you and your loved ones receive the highest quality care. Because at Morrill County Community Hospital, your health is their priority. Visit Morrill County Community Hospital today in Bridgeport. Morrill County Community Hospital. Exceptional care right here at home.
Welcome back. Small animal veterinarian services could become available in Gering's Central Commercial District in the future, subject to a number of limitations. The Gering City Council this week approved adding a vet clinic's limited definition to potential uses in C2 district, which includes downtown and properties to the north on 10th Street. City Engineer Annie Folk explained why veterinarian services have never been allowed in the district previously.
Vet clinics are fairly intensive use. We have a lot of noise typically. There's a lot of barking usually. Additionally, they may do some boarding, so some of those hours of that noise can be through the night. Additionally, there's a lot of traffic, particularly if they serve large animals. You've got pickups and trailers and things that just typically are not compatible with the downtown. So that's why we've never allowed vet clinics in the past.
Among the limitations required for such a business location would be walk-in traffic only with no boarding. All parking must be truly off-street in a parking lot, and it must be located at least 100 feet away from a residential district. Folk said such businesses would only be granted through the conditional use permit process to all additional city oversight of where such a clinic could locate. And last month, Allo announced they had plans to expand their services into Mitchell, and last week the village of Morrill also learned that the fiber company looks to begin providing them services as well. A group of 4 Allo employees, led by Regional General Manager Clint Schleicher, were on hand for last week's Board of Trustees meeting to talk about the new services. Trustee Steve Engelman asked which services they would be offering for Morrill.
Bringing all your services to us.
And you'll actually have faster service than Scottsbluff. You'll have 2.3 gig internet. We're only offering 1 gig in Scottsbluff area today. So newer platform will be upgraded later on. You guys will have better service.
Following the presentation, the Board of Trustees approved a franchise agreement which allows Allo to begin moving forward with their Morrill expansion project.
The incredible Renewal by Andersen Dog Days of Summer Sale is here, and I will sit up and shake for this one. It's the best offer ever for new windows and doors. Please listen to this. You get 20% off, an additional 5% off if purchased on the initial consultation. No payments for 24 months, 2 whole years, no payments. Please visit rbawyoming.com. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation. Don't wait. This deal ends August 31st. 2 years, no payments. That's doggone awesome.
I imagined retirement in a place where we could enjoy our golden years, where adventure and friendship are the only items on the schedule. The Garden Homes at Northfield gives us the luxury we planned for and peace of mind when it comes to convenience, safety, and comfort. We never have to stop and think about the day-to-day upkeep. We love to explore abroad, but most importantly in our backyard. So much to do, so much to see. Here at Northfield, we get the protection of life care, incredible tax benefits, and secured rates for aging services. It's peaceful, knowing that if our needs change, we'll be taken care of. And most importantly, that our kids will never have to make any tough decisions. There never seemed to be enough time to do all the things we wanted. Now we get to focus our energy on enjoying what this community has to offer. At the Garden Homes, life is ours again. A place we had dreamed about. A chance to focus on us.
Now the latest from the Scottsbluff Body and Paint Sports Desk. Scottsbluff Body and Paint, you're driving home our reputation.
Earlier this week here at the Sports Desk, we took a look at the Scottsbluff High football team. Today, our feature, well, we're heading across town. The Gering Bulldogs are in the midst of their first full week of fall camp, and the goal this year at a minimum is to put up a winning record. Head coach Danny O'Boyle really year to year has to change what he does to fit the strengths of his top kids. This year, that'll be his skill players.
And we've kind of tweaked our offense based on that, compared to what we've done in years past. Our athleticism favors our skill guys a little bit more this year than in years past. We've got, 3 or 4 guys that can run pretty well, guys that are good with the ball in their hands. And, when you graduate 4 guys from your starting O-line, obviously you're going to take some bumps there, but our guys have been doing a nice job of filling in and stepping into those roles. So it'll look a little bit different, but we'll be a little bit more spread out this year.
Now let's meet a couple of those guys right now that Gering will rely on heavily this season. Always nice to return your quarterback, and Reese Knight is back for his junior year.
We might not be the biggest in numbers, but we're all homegrown. We've been playing together since we're 9 or 10 years old. We all know what's going on, and I'm confident that we'll be able to make some damage in Class B.
One kid I've got my eye on to be one of the real breakout players in the region this year is Gering junior Bo Gable. Put together a great summer of baseball, was a monster in the weight room, and had a great summer out on the summer camp circuit. Sounds like Gering will use Gable as a chess piece this season.
Probably be everywhere, maybe some running back, some receiver, just see what happens. Expectations, we want to win a lot of games this year, more than we have last year, and just do some damage like Reese said in Class B.
They've got other offensive weapons to get the ball to in Baron Williams and Creighton Beals. These first couple of weeks of practice will be key, though, in finding the right combination along the offensive line, where they have to replace 4 starters off last year's squad. Coach O'Boyle saying a winning record is on the table this year, and he talked about the schedule they'll be up against.
It's a lot nicer than years past, and that's not a knock against any of the teams that are on our schedule this year, because it's still going to be a challenge for us. I think every team but 2 on our schedule made the playoffs last year. A lot of those teams had a decent run in the playoffs, so we're going to have to bring it every week. But with the guys that we have, this core group of guys, and the guys that are filling in for us up front, we think we're going to have a pretty decent group, and we feel like we'll be able to have success, on a weekly basis versus in years past where it seems like you're fighting David and Goliath, 7 weeks out of the 9 that you get to play. So
Gering will open at home against Torrington on the 30th. Camp stops have been aplenty this week. Here's a feature Trayton Harmon put together on the Bridgeport football team.
The Bridgeport Bulldogs are ready to capitalize on the momentum of a 7-3 season a year ago. It was a fall to remember as the Bulldogs picked up their first playoff win since 1999. Coach Jeremy Reimers talks about how that victory has carried over into this season's prep.
I just really like how the kids from last year, because we were a pretty young team last year, really carried that over into the offseason, and then they're carrying it over into practice already this year. Our first 2 practices have been a little bit further ahead than I usually am this time of year.
The Bulldogs graduated 5 players from last season's squad, including a near 2,000-yard rusher in Peyton Abbott. However, the keys to last year's Bulldog football team may have been the underclassmen, who stepped up on the field to help guide the team to 7 straight wins after starting the year 0-2. In those wins, Bridgeport's smallest margin of victory was 36 points. One of those underclassmen, quarterback Nick Weibert, believes last year was just the start of the underclassmen's success.
We had a lot of fight last year. We had a lot of freshmen and sophomores. We got a lot of powerhouse in the sophomore class, so that'll be fun.
As for this year, what will it take for the Bulldogs to continue to develop their success? Senior Cole Caton has the answer.
Just work ethic. We listen to our coaches, we do well, we all work together. We could probably make it 2-3 games into the playoffs, probably, if we have that work ethic.
The Bulldogs open the season at 6 p.m. on Friday, August the 30th, on the road against North Platte St. Patrick's. For KNEB Sports, I'm Trayton Harmon.
On Monday, we'll take a look at Mitchell High football. That's the latest today from the Scottsbluff Body and Paint Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.
Tri-City Stormwater presents Stormwater 101, an illicit discharge.
Let's take a look at your community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The Community Calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
Tired of feeling stuck? Not sure if you are on the right track? Platte Valley Bank can help keep your finances moving forward with checking account options to fit your lifestyle and an online account chooser to make finding the right account easy. Control your financial future with helpful budgeting tools and automatic savings plans. Now is the time to enjoy the ride with Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
And finally tonight, nearly all Keno games in the Panhandle saw a drop in wagering during the second quarter of this year. Overall wagers from April through June totaled just over $2.4 million across 17 cities and counties, down more than 20% from the more than $3 million bet by players in the first quarter of 2024, and down 8.8% from the same quarter last year. Keno play was down as little as 2.9% in Kimball, off 15% for Gering, just under 30% for Scottsbluff County, and down more than 38% for the village of McGrew. Bucking the trend were Potter and Garden County, both of which saw a considerable increase in Keno gaming during the second quarter. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.